Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this lesson, we will continue to talk about the different moods of the imperfect tense or the present tense. And I'll just build on the material that we discussed in the last class. First, a quick review. When we talk about the perfect tense or the past tense, then we need to keep in mind that the past tense does not have moods. So the past tense always remains the same. But the imperfect tense, which is fail modare, has three different moods. The default is that the verb is in rafa form. And when a verb is in rafa form, then we say it is modare marfu. This, if there's no reason to be in nasab or jazm, then we say that we have modare marfu. Then the next is nasab. When a verb is in nasab form, we say it is modare mansoob. And if we have these words that come before, lan, an, izan, kai, so these are the four major words that cause a present tense verb to go into nasab state or mansoob state. There are a few more, but these are the main ones. And today we'll talk in more detail about each of these. And then the third mood or the third case for a present tense verb is jazm. When a verb is in this form, we say it is mudare majzoom. And here again, there are some words such as lam, lamma, li, la, and then a few more that cause a present tense verb to go into majzoom form. All right. So this is what I talked about with mudare marfu. Yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. So this is something that hopefully everybody knows by now. Then this is mudare mansub. Yaf'ala, yaf'ala, yaf'alu. So notice a few major points here. For mudare mansub, wherever we have this dhamma, the dhamma gets converted into a fatha. Then we have these two cases where we have the female plural noon. So yaf'alna and taf'alna. So these noons stay the same when we are in mansub, whereas all the other noons, so all these other noons, all the dual noons, and then if we have a noon here in second person female singular, all these noons get dropped. So this is a slightly difficult one. Taf'alina, second person female singular. When the noon gets dropped, this becomes taf'ali. So except for the plural female noons, other noons get dropped in mansub. And here again are the four major words that cause a verb to be mansub, and we'll be discussing these in more detail today. Then we have majzoom, and this is the majzoom form. And as a quick recap, majzoom comes from jazm. So jazm means that this, sukoon over here. So wherever we had the dhamma in marfu, that becomes a sukoon. And all the noons other than the female plural noon get dropped. So that is majzoom. And here again, I'm showing you the basic words or huruf that cause a present tense verb to get into majzoom form. Okay. Now, these are the nawasib-e mudare. Nawasib-e mudare means what are the things or words that cause a verb to go into mudare. The most popular one or the most common one is lan. Lan means an emphatic no, and also this takes a verb into the future tense. So something will never happen, or it will definitely not happen. Then we have an, which means that. Izan, written in two different ways. In the Quran, this is more common. So this means then. Kai means so that. Hatta means until. And then li means in order to or so that. The word li shows up in many different ways, but here we are talking about li when it has this meaning. All right. Now let's go over each of these nawasib-e madare in a little more detail. The one that shows up most often in the Quran is lan. And let's look at how this impacts the meaning. I'm going to give you the rules, and then I'm going to have you translate. So yaf'alu is simple present tense Yaf'alu means he is doing, or it could also mean he will do. Remember, mudare could have a present tense implication or a future tense implication. Lan yaf'alu is an emphatic denial. So this is saying he will definitely not do. So notice it takes the verb into the future, and it's also an emphatic negation. Now, yansuruna, can somebody tell me what yansuruna means?
They helped. They are helping. Sorry.
Yeah, so yansuruna means they are helping or they will help, right? So what does lan yansaru mean?
They will never help.
They will never help.
Yeah, they will never help. And notice that the noon gets dropped. That's because this noon is not a female plural noon. So the noon gets dropped, and the meaning is they will definitely not help or they will never help. All right. Now, nasaruhu, how is this different from what we have over here? So can somebody tell me what nasaruhu means?
He will
They
help.
helped them.
So he will help.
Nasaru.
Well, it's, oh, sorry, they helped them.
No, they helped him.
They helped him. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is, first of all, I hope you recognize that this is past tense. Okay, we don't have any present tense indicator. The noon is actually part of the root, so nasara. So nasaru, this is past tense. They helped, right? And then there is who over here, so they helped him. Okay, this is a revision from before. And just by the way, notice that when we have this attached pronoun, so there is an attached object, the alif gets dropped. So normally this would be written as nasaru and then there would be this alif, but when we have this attached pronoun, that alif goes away. Okay. Lan yansuruka. Can somebody?
They will never help.
Let's see if Farooq, let's see if Aziz Saab can do this. Lan yansuruka.
Yeah, lan means the never. It is denying.
Yeah.
Lan yansuru, ya means the third person plural. Yansuruka, they will never help
And what does ka mean?
You.
you.
Exactly. So there's a lot being said over here. Lan yansuruka means they will definitely never help you. Okay. So again, notice this alif over here is dropped. The noon is dropped because of the lan. This becomes in mansoob state, and the ka is an attached pronoun, which is the object. So they will never help you.
No.
And, Farooq, can you translate this? Lan tansuruhum.
They will never help them.
Exactly. Lan tansuruhum. They will. No, actually, this is a ta over here. What does that mean?
Second person.
Exactly. The ta means second person, and what does this wow tell you?
Plural.
Exactly.
Plural.
So,
You.
how do you translate this?
See, those two people.
Remember, this is we are saying this is second person
Right. So you.
plural. So it's second person plural, and it is the tansuru is present tense, but the lan will take it into the future. So there's a lot going on here.
I'm confused. Sorry.
Okay, Shahrukh, can you have a shot at this?
Sure. So you all will never help them.
Exactly. So all of you or you all will never help them. The never is coming. The never and the future part is coming from the lan. Tansuru would literally mean all of you helping. So lan tansuru is all of you will not help or never help, and whom is them? So all of you will never help them. All right. So this is the richness of the Arabic language, that so much is packed into this one little word, or it's actually two words. but all that is packed in here. All right. Is everybody clear about this? Because this is something that comes in the Quran very often. Okay.
It's quite amazing, actually.
Yeah, it's very rich. Okay. Moving on. So over here, I'm just giving you the total conjugation of a present tense verb, yaktubu, but when lan is introduced, so notice the yaktubu becomes yaktuba. So what does this mean? So Haris, can you tell us lan yaktuba? What does this mean?
Because of guns, that
Okay, let
Dhamma
Haris,
has dropped.
exactly, Dhamma is dropped, but I'm asking Haris what this means. Lan yaktuba.
Sir, I missed few classes, so
Okay,
I won't be
that's,
able to answer.
okay, that's all right. So you can watch the videos. Mushtaq Saab, lan yaktuba.
They will not write.
Yeah, but you also need to put emphasis. So he will not write.
Never. He will.
Yeah,
never
he will
write.
definitely not write, or he will never write. And then lan yaktuba.
Those two will never write.
Yeah, those two will.
Those two will never.
Exactly. Dr. Shafiq, what does this mean? Lan naktuba.
You will never have
No, this is we are now first person.
second person.
No, first person. Lan naktuba. We are first person.
Okay. Then yaktu.
Lan
So you-
naktuba.
I will never have.
It is plural.
We will.
I will never have them.
No, we are now in kataba. Kataba means to write.
We will never write.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's
So we will never write, or we will definitely not write. Okay, so
he will.
there are so many things that you need to be thinking about. Obviously, when you look at something like this, the first thing is what's the root word and what does the root mean. Then you look at, is this present tense, past tense? What is lan doing? Is it singular, plural? First person, second person, third person. So obviously, you need to know all those things to be able to properly translate. All right, moving on. Okay, next, nawasib-e mudare. Again, I hope you know what nawasib-e mudare means. Nawasib-e mudare is something because of which the mudare verb goes into nasab form. So the next one is an. And I want to clarify something over here. We've discussed inna. Inna comes before a noun, and inna makes a noun in nasab form. What we are talking about here is an. An means that, and an usually comes after one verb and before another. So for example, inna Allah, indeed Allah, so this is separate. Ya'murukum, He commands all of you. So this ya'murukum is a verb. So Allah commands all of you that tazbahu baqarah. So all of you sacrifice a cow. Okay, so notice, since we have that, then clearly we need a verb before. So Allah commands that tazbahu, all of you sacrifice a cow. And we've seen this in Surah Baqarah. So what I want you to know is three things here. The first is that an causes the verb to be in mudare, in nasab form. So notice this is in nasab, the noon is dropped. So without had this been in rafa form, it would have been tadbahuna, but because it is being controlled by an, the noon is dropped. 1 point. Second point is that an means that, so you need to know the meaning. And the third point is that with an, normally we will have a verb before and a verb after, and the an is acting on the verb that comes after. All right. Okay, now some brave soul. So Talha, can you translate this. Amartuhu an yansuruka. And if you don't know the meaning of a root, I'll tell you the meaning of the root. The rest, actually, again, there is, as in, this is an application of lots of rules that we've talked about. I'll just give you one hint. Amr, this alif is part of the root. Amr means to command. So what does
She command.
amartu mean?
I command.
Is it present tense or past tense?
This is,
Past tense.
Exactly. This is past tense. So what does amartuhu mean?
I commanded him.
Exactly. Amartuhu means I commanded him. So this is the first verb. And then what does an mean?
That.
Yeah, that's what, that's the subject, or that's the focus of this slide. So I commanded him that yansuruka.
You help him.
Now, what does the ya mean?
He helped.
Exactly. The ya
he
means that
helped
this is
you.
third person.
Third person.
The who is third person. I commanded him that yansuruka.
He helped him.
Okay, so Mushtaq Sahib,
No,
can you tell
actually,
me
he
the
helped
full?
you.
Yeah,
You help
exactly.
him.
Is this yansuru is singular or plural?
Plural. Because of ya.
No,
it's
No,
third person plural.
It's
Singular,
third
because
person
there's no
singular.
vowel.
The ya tells you that it's third person. You don't have any wow over here, so this is singular. Aziz Sahib, you need to learn all the all the conjugations. First person, second person, third person, singular, plural, dual. So
Yes, sir.
that is sort of, you can't get by without that. So this is, I commanded him that he help you. Is this clear to everyone now? Amartuhu, I commanded him that yansura means he helped. So I commanded him that he helped you. Why is there a fatha over here? Isn't it normally nasara yansuru?
One.
So it's
Yeah, this is a fatha because of
Nasab
the
point.
an makes this in nasab. That's why we have a zabar over here, a fatha. All right, so again, there's a lot going on, but once you learn this, then you'll see examples of this in the Quran also. Okay. Next, izan. So izan is sometimes written like this, and sometimes it's written like this. Obviously, you know that both ways it sounds the same. And the way, and izan means then, and normally there will be some phrase or some sentence, and then it will be then, and then the result or the consequence of what was expressed in the first sentence. So let's look at this. Izan yan jaha. So do you know what najaha means?
to be successful.
Yeah, exactly. So you can say, so they studied hard. Izan means then, or he studied hard. Izan then yanjaha, he was successful. So najaha, normally it would be yajaha yanjahu. Normally there's a dhamma over here, but why do we have a fatha here?
Izan.
Because izan causes the mudare to go into nasab form.
Nasab.
Similarly, izan tafrahu. Okay, what does faraha mean?
Be
happiness.
happy.
To laugh.
Exactly. Dhahika is to laugh. Tafrahu means that as in this, the root word means to be happy. Faraha means to be happy. So something happened. So I gave all of you gifts. Izan, then what does tafrahu mean?
You all were happy.
Exactly. You all were, or
Oh, you all are happy. Sorry, you all are happy.
you all. This is present tense. Okay. Then again, something happens. Izan, then yansuruka. So can so Farooq, somebody else who hasn't spoken. Tala, can you do this now? Yansuruka.
Then we will help you.
No, the nasara, the noon is part of the root. So nasara, yansuru, but this is the ya over here. So what is that telling you?
Then they will help you.
Exactly. The ya is telling you third person, the waw is telling you plural. So then they will help you, or then they help you. It could be present tense or future tense depending on context. And then finally, yan suraka. Okay, let's see, Haris, if you can, based on what you've learned so far, theoretically you should be able to do this. This is almost the same as the previous one, just one wow is missing.
It's not in plural form.
Exactly. So then how will you translate this?
Then they will help you. Then I'm a bit confused. What is it?
Then he
will
helps you. Then he helps you, or then he will help you. Right. This is just third person, singular. Present tense, and ka is the object. So then he will help you. All right. So this is izan.
Arif Sahab, the word iza, that's a separate word, right? So
Yeah,
that
that's a
wouldn't
separate
be
word.
included in this.
Yeah, that's separate.
Except yan suraka. So yan to that speaks that it is a third person plural.
No. The ya means third person. Ya is for third person.
Ya is third person.
When there's a wow at the end, that's for plural.
I see. So it will be for you.
That's why this is plural and this is singular.
Singular.
This is because of this wow, that's plural. The ka is the object in both cases. Okay, next nawasibe mudare shows up quite often is kai. Kai means so that. It also can mean in order to, and typically comes after a verb or an action. And then we have kai, and then we have the purpose of the verb or action. And that should be obvious given that this means so that or in order to. So something happens so that something else happens, or something happens in order for something else to happen. So nasarakum zaidun. So what does this mean? Nasarakum zaidun. Who hasn't had a who hasn't spoken so far? Mushtaq Sahab, Nasarakum zaidun.
They help them.
So first of all, is zaidun a subject or an object?
A subject.
Subject.
Very good, because it is in rafa form. So this kum must be the object. And nasara is present tense or past tense? Past tense. Exactly. You don't see any ta or ya or alif. So nasara. So how would you translate nasarakum zaidun?
Zaid helped them all.
Exactly.
Help
Them,
you
or
all.
what does kum mean?
You all. Second person, you
Second
all.
person. So Zaid helped all of you. I hope you're realizing that now we are sort of pulling together all the rules that we've discussed over the last 5 months. So that's why it's so important that you keep reading and practicing. So Nasarakum Zaidun means Zaid helped all of you. What does Kai mean? Short-term memory.
So that.
So that Tashkuruhu. What does Tashkuru mean?
You
Thankful.
The ta tells you second person, the wow tells you plural.
Plural.
And what is who?
You are thankful. In Paula, thankful.
So you all are
Him.
thankful.
To who is him? This is the attached pronoun. So Zaid helped all of you so that all of you can be grateful to him.
Will be.
Yeah, will be, or so the fail mudare can be translated as present tense. It can also be translated as future. So this can be translated as Zaid helped all of you so that you are grateful, so that all of you are grateful to him, or it can also be translated as so that all of you will be grateful to him. So both translations are acceptable. Okay, and why is there no noon over here? Why isn't it tashkuruna?
That's because of
Yeah, because of the kai. Because of the kai, this becomes in nasab, and when it is in nasab form, so it's mudare mansub. That means the noon is dropped. This noon is not a female plural noon, therefore it's weak. Therefore it's dropped. All right.
Jazam over here, so does it make it mansub?
The
Alif
normally it would have been tashkuruna, but because of the kai, the noon is dropped. So this is read tashkuru. Okay, let's.
Then it will be in rafa form.
No. Tashkuru, the noon is dropped. So now this is in nasab form.
Nasab.
So you need to, after this class, you should go back and again look at all the conjugations. So for rafa, which is the standard, which is what we've been studying all along, and then right now we are talking about nasab. So when there is kai, so this is one of the nawasibe mudare. So this makes the mudare into nasab form. So nasab form means that the noon is dropped. Okay, so the next one is essentially, extremely important for us. So who wants to translate? Dr. Shafiq, do you want to translate this? Aqra'ul Qur'ana kai afhamahu. Qara'a means to read. Qara'a means read. So what does aqra'u mean? What does this alif at the beginning do?
I.
Very good. So this is for I. Is it present tense or past tense?
It's
Aqra'a.
Present tense.
Exactly. It's present / future.
Present tense.
So I read the. Why is the Quran in? Why is this Quran in nasab?
an object.
It's the object. Very good. Who's the subject here?
I.
Exactly. So I read the Quran, and then kai, so that or in order.
I understand.
Afhama.
So that I can understand it.
Exactly. So afhama. Notice there's a fatha over here. Normally there should be a dhamma on the present tense verb at the end, but here because of kai this becomes nasab. Nasab means that instead of dhamma we have a fatha. And then what does the who refer to?
It.
What's the it?
The Quran.
The Quran.
Exactly. Good, excellent. And when you see something in nasab form, you know that there is some nawasibe mudare coming before. So you know that the kai is acting on this verb and not on some other verb. Okay. So what we've discussed so far are the 4 fundamental nawasibe mudare. And I just want you to say this a few times so that you remember it. Lan, an, izan, kai. Lan, an,
izan, kai.
So these are your 4 fundamental nawasibe mudare. There are other nawasibe mudare which we'll see on subsequent slides. And with those nawasib mudare, in some form, one of these is implied or understood. So let me tell you what I mean. So this li is also a nawasib mudare. This has the same meaning as kai. So what did kai mean?
So that.
So that.
So this lam zair, when it is used to mean so that or in order to, then it's called lame kai. Lame kai means that it's used instead of kai, so it has the same meaning as kai. So manahtu ki, manaha means to give. Manahtu means I gave. So I gave you. What does the ki mean? Kaf zair or kaf kasra?
Female you.
Female. So I gave you, my wife, kitaban, a book, li, so that taqra'i. So what's this taqra'i doing over here? What's this? Why do we have a ya over here?
It. So you can read it.
No. What is the second person present tense female singular of qara'a? So qara.
Taqra'u. So
Taqra'ina. Remember, I keep pointing that out. That's a tricky one.
Single. Yeah. Yeah.
Taqra'ina. Okay. Now, what happens when this goes into nasab form?
Oh, the noon gets dropped.
The noon gets dropped because it's not a female plural noon, it's a singular. So then this becomes this ya then obviously takes the form, it looks different when it's the last letter in a word. So taqra'i, so that's what we have over here. So I gave you a book so that you may read. Okay, so I gave you a book so that you may read. So this li, kai, and then sometimes the two of them are combined. All these mean the same thing. Okay, so this is also called lame kai. So all the rules and meaning of kai, all those hold true with lam zair li. Next, sometimes li and an are combined and we come up with li an. This means so that. And sometimes li an and la are combined. This is then written as li ala. This means so that not. Okay, so for example, manahtuka. What does manahtuka mean?
I gave you.
I gave you kitaban, a book, li ala tajhala, so that you are not, a jahil.
Ignorant.
Jahil means sort of ignorant, so opposite of, somebody like aqil, somebody with brains, the opposite of that is jahil. So I gave you a book, li ala means so that you are not a jahil. Okay, so obviously I'm saying all these things, you need to spend some time and learn these words, but hopefully as you read the Quran, these words keep showing up over and over, and you will notice that, when you keep reading, you will start remembering. And notice here also liyala, tajhala. Normally this would be tajhalu, but because this goes into nasab form, we have a fatha over here.
Arif Sahib, is it li Allah or li Allah? Li Allah.
Li Allah. So the hamza is connected with the lam. So li Allah.
Okay. Li Allah. So okay. Li Allah.
Okay. Next, hatta. So hatta is also a nawasib mudare. Actually, the implied word that's also with hatta is an, but an is not written, so it's just assumed to be there. So that's why all the nawasib, that's why it's a nawasib mudare. It gives the subsequent verb, nasab form. So meaning means until, and there needs to be a sentence or phrase before hatta. So there will be something, and then hatta, which means until. Yafraha means he is happy or he will be happy. So lan tablughal majda. So what does lan tablugha mean? Like this is combining multiple things from today's lesson. So balagha means to reach.
You will not reach.
The lan, we
will
also
never
need to add
reach.
emphasis. So
You will
lan
never reach.
does anybody know what al-majd means? Majd means greatness. Like in Urdu, it is translated as buzurgi, to reach a level of, great piety,
Piousness?
or, great, high level of piousness. So you will not be able to, you will definitely not reach, piousness or greatness. Hatta, until. Tal'aqa. Tal'aqa literally means to lick or to taste. So until you taste as-sabr, so patience. So there's a lot of wisdom here. Obviously, those who reach, great. You look at the greatest people of all times. Starting with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and other prophets. They faced the greatest amount of difficulties. Had to have a lot of patience. And that's how they reached their level of greatness. So notice that both al-majada, this is in nasab form because of lan, and then tal'aqa, this is another verb which means to taste or to lick. This is also in nasab because of hatta. All right, so quick recap. Lan means not or never. An means that. Izan is then.
Then.
Kai is so that. Hatta is until. And with hatta, the implication is that we have an there too. And li is the same thing as, this is called lame kai. It also means in order to or so that. So same meaning as kai. So these are the nawasib-e-madare. When you have these, then that makes the present tense verb fail madare into nasab form. All right. So let's, in the last class, I gave you examples from the Quran. Those I want you to do. And obviously, if you can't do them, you can just look up the meaning in the Quran. Here, let's do this. The first one I've already done, but I'll check your, so who can do this? So Tala, can you do this? Lan tablughal majda hatta tal'aqa sabra.
You will never reach greatness until you taste the patience.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Next, Aziz Saab. Lima la tashrabul labana kai yanfa'aka.
Lima la tashraba.
La tashrabu. Lima means why? Why?
Why you should not drink milk?
Yeah. Why you don't drink? Yeah.
So that you may become healthy.
Nafa'aka, so that it benefits you.
So that it will benefit you.
And you see, this is kai, so this is yanfa'a. If there was no kai, then it would be yanfa'u. So kai puts this in rafa form. Okay, into nasab form. Okay, kana Sa'idun yaqra'ul al-baba. Okay, this word yaqra'u means to knock. Okay, so this, I think, okay, al-baba, I hope, what does al-baba mean?
Door.
The door. So, Fatahtu lahul baba li, so that yadkhula alayna. So who wants to, Mushtaq Sahib, do you want to translate that? Kana Saeed is the name of a person. Kana basically puts us into the past tense. Saidu yaqra'u is
Saidu knocked the door.
exactly. First, so fatahtu.
So
So
Fataha means to open.
so
Fa is so.
so he opened.
No, the tu, fatahtu. What does this tu tell you?
so I will open.
No, not will. This is present tense or past tense?
I opened.
Exactly. So I opened lahu.
I opened.
I opened it.
For him.
I
him, the door.
opened. I opened. Lahu means for
Door for
him.
him.
Al baba. Why is this
The door.
bab in why is this fatah over here?
Because of this for lahu
Because it's the object of fatah.
object.
The subject is I opened. I opened the door, and the door is the object. It's what I'm acting on. So that's why this is fatah. It's a noun, right? Because it's al. Li, so that this is the lame kai. Yadkhula. Why do we have this?
So that-
the verb in nasab?
Because of Lee.
Because of
Because
li.
of Lee.
Alayna, so that he could enter upon us. So this is
Enter
just an Arabic way
upon
of
us.
speaking. So he could basically come in. So enter upon us means so he could, come visit us. Okay.
What will be complete translation then, sir? As I would like to know.
So the complete translation is that Saeed knocked the door. So
Yes.
I opened for him the door. So he enters. In Old English, you would say enters unto us. Like in modern English, it would be then, so he enters. Oh,
So he
comes.
enters.
Yeah, Alaina is to basically, enters unto us. So, so he basically,
Thank you.
in normal English, we just say so he enters. All right. Azintu lahu li Allah yahzana. So this is slightly difficult. Shahrukh, can you try? Azina means, this azina, the alif is part of the root. Azina means permission, to give permission. Like even in Urdu we have, ye mere izn se kaam ho raha hai. Yeah,
right,
isme
right,
Allah
right,
ka izn hai. Izn means permission.
Right.
So azantu means,
Yeah. I permitted him.
okay, for him. Li
Azintu.
Allah.
So in fact, sorry. So it's past tense and I. Yeah. So I permitted
Yeah,
for him
yeah.
so that li Allah, so that he does not
So that
yahzana.
hazana means
So that he
grief.
is not sad.
Yeah, so that he's not sad. So that he is
So
not.
he does not grieve.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that he does not grieve. So I permitted him to do something
doesn't
so
grieve.
that he doesn't grieve. So again, yahzana. Why do we have a fatah over here?
Because of the
Li
Allah.
Because of the li Allah. All right. So, so we have learnt quite a lot, and as was requested at the start of class, I just took all the things we did in the last class and just went in, into more detail and, gave you lots of examples. So, actually, we have a few more. So we'll do these three, and then the Quranic part I'll have you do. Qala Musa. So Musa said, Li qawmihi, to his people, to his qawm, Inna Allah. Why is this Allah in Nasab?
Because of inna.
Because of
Inna,
Inna.
because
Yeah. Ya amurukum, that so he commands all of you on
Antasbahu.
that
So that
tadbahu.
That
Why is there no noon over here? Why isn't it tadbahuna?
Because of
Because of
Because
Noon is
of
dropped.
and then baqaratan,
With
sacrifice a cow. A'udhu billahi, so I seek protection or I seek refuge. Why is there a kasra over here?
Because of B.
Because of B. So
Because
I
B.
seek protection or I seek Allah's protection on that. This is going to make the verb into nasab form. Akuna. So kunu. So this is from kana. So akuna.
Right.
So
So
that
I am not from the jahilin. I'm not from the uneducated.
so an akuna. No, I seek protection. That I seek Allah's protection from being from the jahilin.